Sunday Funday. I'm Christina Awayo, live here right in front of the Glass Bowl for the 40th annual Glass City Marathon. Now, very historical event. It's the 40th annual. People are coming out in record numbers today. Not only record numbers lining the streets, it's expected to be over 20,000 spectators here, friends, families, and just people of the city that want to come out for the event, but also record numbers of entrants. For the half marathon, 3,500 entries, and that's almost to capacity. And for the full marathon, it's 2,000 entrants. So should be a huge event here today. The streets are going to be packed. So if you're going downtown, you might want to be careful of all of the runners coming out. Now, the race starts on Bancroft, right just over my shoulder to the left, and is going to end right here through the beautiful homes and trees, Ottawa Hills, circle around through Sylvania, wrap right back around and finish here. Now, it's set to kick off here in just a couple of minutes. The marathoners and the half marathoners and the 5K will kick off at 7:15. So we should see runners start crossing this finish line in just about 28 minutes. First things first here at the Glass City Marathon is safety. This marathon is put on by Mercy Health, and so they want to make sure that the safety of the runners, even the spectators out here, matters. And Bert Rogers, would you come over here, please? This is Bert Rogers. He's in charge of all the safety, all the health. He's with Mercy Health. Now, tell me, can you tell me a little bit about what you can expect to see here, what you're looking for in keeping these runners safe?
Well, the big thing will be, with the temperature potentially to be up around 70 degrees, would be to make sure that we don't have any heat-related injuries that we overlook. If we have anybody that is indicative of all of having a heat-related injury, they need to be treated right away. The gold standard is 30 minutes of intervention after there's the onset of heat-related symptoms, so that is very critical. Outside of that, it's the other stuff, the bumps, the bruises, the scrapes. Those things are easy to take care of. The big issue is to make sure we don't have heat-related injury later in the race.
And now, what's the protocol for something like that? Say, heaven forbid, that somebody, scrapes their ankle or breaks their ankle. What's the protocol? What do you follow?
Well, in our case here, we have sag wagons and we have ambulances that are circulating the course, as well as people on bicycles and on gators. They would be immediately summoned to get the ambulance there, and they would be transported. Anything that's a fracture goes to the nearest emergency room.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Again, this is Bert Rogers from Mercy Health, and they're here to make sure all of the runners and even spectators are safe today from heat-related injuries, or, as you just heard, from anything, breaks, scrapes, cuts and bruises. They have a medical tent over here, so if you are out and if something happens to you, if you're overheated, the medical tent is right out in front of the Glass Bowl, so you can come. Bert Rogers, you could look for him, anybody in one of these Mercy Health jackets, and they'll be able to help you. Thank you so much for your time today. All right, again, I'm Christina Awayo. We're standing here at the finish line. The race kicked off at 7:02, so we should see runners crossing here in about 30 minutes. 40th annual Glass City Marathon. We will be live all day at BCSN.TV, live streaming, also on BCSN. And if you can't watch us today, tune in tonight at 10:30 for Sports Nightly. Matt Falk, he has also won this race 3 times, 2009, 2010, and 2013. He is running the race today as well, and we should see him crossing the finish line right up there with Evan. He's running the half marathon, so both of those people should be coming across in a competitive time, which I spoke with a representative for the race yesterday, and she told me competitive times, people who do this for a living, they should be running a 5-minute mile, which is a super fast speed. So we should see the first marathoners cross the finish line in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, there are a pair of Kenyans that are here that are expected to break record times. They do this for a living. There are people here that just do it for fun. Also, the half marathoners, that's about a 5-minute mile as well as the 5K. So 30 minutes on the 5K, we should see people crossing the finish line. Now, again, we are here live on BCSN at the Glass City Marathon. Very historical event. 40th year anniversary for this event, all here in downtown Toledo. Now, it started back in 1971. They took a 6-year hiatus, but came back, and it's stronger as ever. Now, a professor here who started the race at UT, he's a Canadian-born professor. He is a historical part of this race. He actually has a statue, which is at Orlando Park, just down the road here. And what's cool about that is the racers that are running in the half marathon and the marathon, they will be passing by his statue in between miles 16 and 17. So that is another big point to today's race, bringing all the history around. Remember, we're live here on BCSN. You can catch a recap tonight at 10:30. Now, we still see racers that are coming through. Do we want to get a look at some of the racers that are still coming through to the finish line here? They're starting to go up to the start line. I believe they're late. We have spectators lining the streets in record numbers. Here they go. I think these people are a little late on the start. They're probably not competitors. They're probably here just to run the race for fun. So this 40th anniversary is a historical part for this race. They've invited all previous male and female racers here. The full marathon, 26.2 miles. The half marathon, 13.1 miles. So it's a pretty big deal. All right, I'm going to step away. We're going to try to find some people to bring to you, maybe a race director, and keep you live here on BCSN. Remember, keep it here. We'll be following the racers as they cross the finish line. We'll bring you post-race interviews. We'll talk to all the winners, the people doing it as competitive, the people doing it for fun. We'll be here live on BCSN, live stream BCSN.tv. And if you want to recap, tune in tonight at 10:30 to Sports Nightly.
Now, take your favorite live local.
Hi, I'm Christina Weil. Welcome back. I'm back here at the finish line in front of the Glass Bowl for the 40th annual Glass City Marathon, and I have Annette standing by me. Annette, you want to come on over here? Now, Annette is one of the many volunteers that go into making this whole thing happen, this whole race happen. Annette, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Now, tell me, what exactly is it that you're doing? I see there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's medals. Tell me what's happening.
There's a whole group of people here unboxing medals and hanging them on the racks, and then unwrapping the heat sheets for the runners as they come in. There's a huge effort to keep everything organized and make sure as the runners come through that we don't cause a bottleneck here. So we're all working on getting everything started. We're expecting the runners here anytime.
Now, these heat sheets, for those of us that don't know at home, can you tell us why they're important and what they're for?
Well, I'm not a runner, but I know when they come in, you know, they need to, they lose a lot of body heat when they run, and they're shivering, and the heat sheet, you know, helps keep them comfortable as they come through, and I think. I'm not.
It sounds right. It sounds good. It sounds good. Okay, so what do you have here?
These are the 5K medals. We're getting ready to, because that'll be the first group that'll come through, and so the 5K medals, as they come around the corner here, we'll pass these out. So each group has a different color medal.
Now, tell me what goes into something like this. There's so many volunteers, not only here today, but at the expo yesterday. I mean, hundreds. What goes into something like this?
Oh, gosh, it started even before that. The organizers were out at Wildwood Metro Park last week, passing out T-shirts for the volunteers and giving instructions. And even before that, this has been going on, you know, all year long. But for today, it's just everybody has a role that we're playing. It's very well organized. Yeah, everybody is just working together just to make sure that this is a good, smooth race.
And do you live here in the Toledo area?
Yeah, born and raised. Yep.
So this is a race close to your heart.
Well, and I'm also a Mercy employee, so this was important that I get involved as a Mercy employee. So glad to be the big sponsor of the race. So.
And now, if you had to estimate how many volunteers there are, what would you say?
Oh gosh, I couldn't even put a number on it.
That many, huh?
Yeah, there's tons. Yes.
Okay, well,
because they're all along the race route, and you know, the people before, the people during, the people after, the different tents. You know, this is our medical tent over here, so there's a ton of people.
Well, great. Thank you. I'll let you get back to your work over there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, that was Annette. She's one of the many hundreds of volunteers, and she just spoke about the racers, the winners crossing the finish line. We talked to some of the winners to battle those kind of temperatures. It's actually about 40 degrees right now. It's a little bit chilly, but it feels nice. It's going to heat up to about 70 degrees. That's probably going to be at the peak at about 1 o'clock today. Again, we're here at the Glass City Marathon. It's the 40th anniversary. We are live on BCSN. We're live streaming it on BCSN.tv, and you can also catch a full recap tonight at Sports Nightly at 10:30. Brandon Arroyo will bring you a recap of the day, post-race interviews, everything. And if you're a walleye fan, don't forget to tune in. Our very own Eric Hobbert is in Reading, Pennsylvania with the team, getting up close and personal and bringing you back coverage tonight at 10:30 on Sports Nightly. Okay, again, 40th anniversary. Glass City Marathon. If you're going to be driving around the area, you need to use caution. There will be runners out on the street. It starts at Bancroft. The road will be closed from Seeker all the way on up through University Hills Drive. So you want to be cautious of that, cautious of the spectators on the side, cautious of the runners running the race. And our 5K started just a few minutes ago, so we should see racers crossing this finish line pretty soon. I've been watching spectators crossing through, cutting through on the finish line, heading on over to the start. So there are to be record numbers today. Expected over 20,000 people watching the race, probably about 5,000 who entered the race for both the marathon and the half marathon. I'm Christina Owayo, live here on BCSN. I'm going to walk around and see if we can bring anybody back to you. So we'll shoot back on over to the finish line to see if any racers come through and meet you right back here. By Mercy Health, and I'm here with a fan that came out. Can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Stacy Fletcher.
Stacy Fletcher. Now tell me, why was it important for you to come out here today?
Well, it was very important because my wife's running in the race, so I had to come support my wife and support everyone else as well.
Now, is your wife doing the half marathon, the full marathon, the 5K?
She's doing the 5K. And then next year she wants to work her way up to a half and then maybe the full marathon.
So you've been here in the background watching her train, watching her get ready for this. Tell me some of the things that she's been doing to get ready.
Oh, man, she's got a personal trainer. She's been running. She's been running like Forrest Gump. So preparing for this race. So I'm here to support her and hope she comes across that finish line and she sees me, and I'm proud of her.
That's awesome. Now, you two are from the Toledo area?
Yes.
Went to school here?
Yes.
And what does an event like this bring to the area, do you feel?
It brings a lot of energy to the area. I mean, it's a lot of people that come down here. A lot of people were getting ready for it in the parks in the previous weeks leading up to the race. So it's big for the city, and a lot of people come down here and support it.
Now, did you see her off at the start line and then you raced over here to the finish line?
No, actually, I was sleeping. I just got out of bed and ran down here to support her at the finish line.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, thank you.
And good luck to your wife.
Thank you.
Okay, you just heard it. We have supporters here. Their wives have been training at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We should see some of them cross the finish line here in a few minutes. So thank you for watching live on BCSN, live streaming BCSN.tv, and a recap of the day's events tonight at 10:30 on Sports Nightly. We'll head back to a view of the finish line and see if we can find more people to talk to. Here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon put on by Mercy Health. Now, we are in for a big treat right now. We happen to find people who are actual racers racing in the relay. What are your names?
My name is Robert Heiselman.
Noreen Wasilewski.
Wayne Bohannek.
I'm Peter Lenhart.
Now, tell me about this relay. This is just tell us what it is, what the distance is, how you've been training for it.
So it is 26.2 miles divided by 5, but unevenly. The longer legs are 6 to 7 miles. I have a short leg, 3.1 miles. We've all been running probably since January, and we all work for Mercy as well, the title sponsor.
Wow.
So
Awesome place to work. It's fabulous.
Tell me what goes into training for something like this.
Lots of running. Good running and prevention of injury. Some of us are a little injured right now, but, you know, running 2, 3, 4 times a week.
And now for those of you who have the longer legs of the race, how do you keep motivated? How do you push through when you're ready to stop?
No, it's just fun. It's just a great, it's just you enjoy it.
And now I noticed that you actually are the only one with headphones. When I run, I know I have to have music or I just can't do it at all. Do the rest of you have headphones? Are you?
I don't.
You don't need music to keep you motivated to keep going?
When I train, I usually listen to music all the time, but in something like this, it's fun just to absorb what's going on around you, so I don't listen to music.
Families, friends here supporting you?
They're all out of town. So these are my buds.
Later
They're
today.
my buds right here.
So you're from Mercy Health. We talk about safety. We talk about injury. Tell me about the shoes you're wearing, why you chose them, and if they have any significance to keeping your foot a little bit more comfortable.
Go ahead.
I have a high support shoe. This is by a brand called Hoka, and it is actually for larger individuals, a little more forgiving on the joints. So they're actually very light, though.
Mine are the Asics. They have a lot more cushion in the heel, so helps prevent just, you know, absorb that cushion when my heel strikes the pavement.
And I run in New Balance, and I will never switch. I love New Balance.
And now we have yet to hear from you.
6, and I have no idea why.
Discomfort, right? And what leg of the race are you running?
I have the last leg.
How long is it?
About 5 miles.
Okay, that's a pretty good distance.
It's all right, yeah.
Now, do you have a goal for your time today?
Under 50. I'm running a 10K, so under 50 minutes.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
4 hours total.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. Thank you so much for talking to us.
you. All right.
I'll let you go to the race now.
We were meant to do.
Absolutely. This is what we are meant to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you heard it. 4 racers on the relay, 26 miles on that relay here to race. The weather is warming up a little bit, but as you see, they still have their jackets on over here. Tell us what your name is.
Chloe.
Ken Peters.
And you guys are here to watch the Glass City Marathon. Do you have family members, friends?
We have Rochelle Peters, Tracy Bash, Ashley Hutz. We have John Jakubowski, Missy Jakubowski, and who else?
Wife, daughters, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, and friends.
Wow, a whole bunch of people here competing from your family. So tell me, what went into training for something like this? Did they all train together? Did they all train separately?
Well, my wife is in Dave's running group. They've been training for, well, she's been doing this a couple, 3 years now, but they do 2 to 3 days a week training. My daughter's been a runner all of her life, so she just does it, when she can. But it's they put a lot of work into it.
And now are they doing the full marathon, the half marathon?
2 are doing the full, and then the rest the half.
Quite a big task to accomplish. Now tell me, you've watched them train, right?
Yes.
Is this something that you would want to do when you get a little bit older?
I think so. Do a good job.
And you'll be right here at the finish line, right? Cheering them on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck to your family members. All right, we're here live at the Glass City Marathon for the 40th anniversary, live here on BCSN. Don't forget, we're live streaming BCSN.TV, and we'll have a full recap of the race tonight at 10:30 on Sports Nightly. The running clock, and who better to have here at the finish line than the finish line coordinator, Doug. Doug, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Now tell me, what happens here at the finish line? There's a whole protocol that the racers run through. Tell us what's going to happen when they cross the finish line.
Right now we have the 5K race that just went off a few minutes ago. Within less than about 10 minutes right now, because we're about 5 minutes into the race, you're going to see your first elite athletes come through. Very quality honed runners, and then as the time goes on, you're going to be seeing it get thicker and thicker with people, which all of our people here at the finish line are going to get very busy handing out heat sheets, handing out medals, handing out glassware, and of course we got Mercy Health with their MASH unit over here. That's great having medical personnel right here on the course.
Now tell me, how many 5K runners are there?
I believe I heard them say at the start line 1,300.
So you are going to have your hands full.
It really gets nuts, so if you got extra time, you can stay around with us and work the line.
Well, I'll be here with BCSN until 1 o'clock this afternoon, so if you need an extra hand, I'm sure we can help you. Now, finish line. They cross the finish line. Tell me what they do after they cross. There's a whole process.
Once we see them coming within sight down the way here, they have a computer chip on their bib that we're being scored on here that will give a more than accurate time over traditional tongue depressors that they used to use back in the day. They'll come through here, they'll take and go off to the right. There's boxes of heat sheets that's being put out by the Mercy Health Group. On down, they'll get their finisher medal, depending what race they're in. On down the way then, they'll get bottled water, which it'll be a challenge today, but you'll be amazed how much consumption they'll have. I know we got about 325 cases of water set out. And then on down the way, everybody gets a commemorative Glass City Marathon glass mug, because we're the glass capital of the world.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Very glad to have you here.
All right. You heard it live here on BCSN, BCSN.TV, and a recap tonight. So the racers should be crossing here. We're at 14 minutes.
I'm sorry, am I in your way? Hi there. Should I go to the other side?
Firefighter.
Welcome back. I'm Christina Weil, BCSN here, and we are with the 5K winner. How do you feel that you did? You obviously got first, but how did it feel out there?
The weather was great. Conditions were great. It's a fun course. I think it's the first one they changed this year, so all in all, it was a great time, a great experience.
Now training, I hear a lot about the training. Does a lot go into running that 5K, the training for it?
For 5Ks, I like to do some speed workouts once, if not twice a week. Training over the winter is always difficult because of the weather and stuff, so you have to love the treadmill, unfortunately. So.
Now, are you from here, from Toledo?
Perrysburg.
Perrysburg. Now, why do you do this race?
To support the community. It's a great race. It's a fun race. Yeah, you see a lot of friendly faces, and just it's a good time.
Now, I'm sure you have supporters out here. Is there something that you'd like to say to them, the people that came out to support you?
I hope it was at least enjoyable to watch. So.
Well, you crossed the finish line first. This time was 15 minutes and 54 seconds, which is...
Families, kids of all school ages, first 8th grade to high school, they all want to participate. And Clint McCormick, the race director here, I know through my brother, and he kind of hooked us up with a little discount if we get some Washington local families, so it worked out pretty well. So hopefully we have a lot of Washington local families here running. I saw quite a few.
That's pretty impressive. Now, why, I know you're a track and field coach, why is it important for you to get, you know, the youth at such a young age to get started into this?
Well, I think it's more of a lifetime sport, staying healthy, and the way the world's going, and, you know, a lot of, there's a big talk on obesity and school age and lunches and all that stuff, and just bringing the kids out, and we've seen a lot of motivation with the kids, and swinging over to the parents wanting to run, and we see a lot of parents out here running too, just because their kids are involved. Pretty cool.
Now, you touched based on obesity. Are you also teaching them about eating habits?
Oh yeah. Whatever you put in, you get out. You know, if you're going to eat junk during the day and then at practice, you're not going to get what you want. Right, ladies? You know, okay.
So no junk food,
yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, we've had girls that go to meets and don't eat all day, and then they realize, why did I run so bad, and why do I feel like this? So you get what you get when you put in.
So lessons taught very young. This is amazing. Congratulations, girls. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. On BCSN.TV, we're at the 40th annual Glass City Marathon, where we have seen runners of every type, in groups, families, people who don't know each other, and now we're here with somebody who ran the race all by themselves. What is your name?
Jennifer McDonald.
Jennifer, where are you from?
I'm from Curtis.
Curtis?
Ohio.
Ohio, okay. So why did you decide to run this race?
I've just always wanted to do a half marathon, and I turned 35, and I figured now is the best time to do it.
There you go. How do you feel like you did out there?
How do I feel? I'm sorry?
How do you feel that you ran? Your time?
My goal was to get under 2 minutes, or 2 hours. I'm a little tired. Under 2 hours, and I just got that, so I'm really happy.
What's the atmosphere out there as you're running?
It's really fun. It's really cool to read all the people's signs that come out to cheer just for everybody, and all the bells you hear and music. It's neat.
Now, you didn't have a partner to keep pushing you along to help motivate you. Did you listen to music? What did you do to help push through?
Yeah, I just made a playlist on my Nike app and tried to keep myself paced, and it went well.
What kind of music did you listen to?
A little bit of everything. I like Coldplay, just some stuff to keep you pumped up and your blood moving.
All right, well, congratulations on your race.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we are live here at BCSN, live streaming BCSN.TV. We are now at the 2-hour mark. Just over 2 hours. We're still having half marathoners cross the finish line. We should be seeing our full marathoners come across here in probably about 12 minutes will be your top finishers, the competitive finishers. But we're still seeing these half marathoners. We are at the Glass City Marathon. It's about 45 degrees now. It should warm up to about 70. So if you're at home, get on out here, support the runners. We'll be live until 1 o'clock this afternoon. And if you can't watch us right now or you want a quick recap, tune in tonight to Sports Nightly at 10:30, and we'll have all the action from the race plus post-race interviews. We are live here on BCSN for the 40th annual Glass City Marathon. Now, we've seen people in this race from Toledo, from Ohio, from Indiana, from Michigan, and now we have a group of people here from Canada. Came all the way down from Canada to run in the Glass City Marathon. Tell me your names, first of all.
I'm Carol.
Chris.
Mary Ellen.
And from what I understand, you're not the only 3 that came down in the group.
About 15 of us from Connors Runners.
That's in Oakville, Ontario.
Yes.
Now, what made you decide to come down to Toledo, Ohio to run in the Glass City Marathon?
We think Toledo's the new Boston.
We loved it. It was the most beautiful course I think I've ever run on. Loved it.
We've all done Boston. We love Boston, but this is great too. Fantastic, fabulous run.
Great volunteers on the course, extremely well organized. So everyone from the host hotel where we're staying, everyone's been very friendly, very accommodating. It's just been an overall great day.
And how about the community support out there? Now, I see them lined up here on the finish line, same out on the street.
Absolutely, no question.
Great support.
Everyone is really engaged with the race, which makes it very special for us.
So Toledo's making a good impression.
Big time.
Very good impression.
No question.
Now, it sounds like you guys said you did the Boston. How many marathons do you do each year?
One or 2?
Yeah, 2, sometimes 3.
Other races too, halves, fulls.
Trail runs sometimes.
How about a career total so far?
Oh, I've done
Full marathons or?
Full marathons, half marathons, because you guys did the half today, correct?
I've done 11 marathons, 4 Boston, probably 20 half marathons. I don't know. I mean, you lose track after a while.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
17 full. I think it's 16 half, 3 Boston. It goes on and on.
It's impressive.
I'm the rookie in the group. I've done 5 marathons, 1 Boston, and probably about a dozen half marathons, a few 10Ks.
Rookie.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you did out there today?
Great, actually. I missed a lot of training due to some bronchial issues, so I hadn't even planned on coming. One of the girls couldn't make it, and I said, okay, I'll get your bib, and made a last-minute decision, and I'm glad I did. It was so fantastic. It's always great being with my Connors runners, and led by Steve Connor, by the way. I've got to mention that, our fearless leader, who we absolutely love. So.
And now you mentioned that there's a big group of you. Do you all train together for something like this?
There are over 160 of us in total.
Yeah. Yes.
And what does that training entail?
Oh boy. Well, it typically is about 5 runs a week. 2 of which we do together as large a group as possible, usually Thursday and Sunday nights. But we also train Tuesday and Wednesday, and sometimes on Monday, and on and on and on.
Yeah, a lot of running everything going on.
Yeah, a lot of us are triathletes as well. A lot of us do the triathlons, so we're swimming and biking during the week as well.
We've all,
yeah, we all do, don't we?
We've all done Ironman. Carol's done a bunch of and it's all terrific.
Lots of training, but we all love it.
Yeah.
And actually, the most important part is the social aspect. We go for coffees and drinks after, you know.
Well, thank you so much for doing the interview with us today live on BCSN, and congratulations on the race.
Very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we are live here on BCSN. We are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV. And I am here with a group of girls that just finished the half marathon. Tell me your names.
I'm Nikki Sellinger.
I'm Maggie Sebley.
Riley Patton.
And you guys all go to high school in the area, correct?
Yes.
What high school do you go to?
St. Ursula Academy.
St. Ursula.
St. Ursula.
Did you guys run on the track team there?
Cross country team.
Cross country.
Now, how did the idea come about for you guys to run this Glass City?
Well, this has always been like a big achievement that we wanted to pursue. So, I don't know, we thought this would be the perfect year since it's our senior year to do this.
Go out with a bang, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel like you did out there?
Good. It was painful, but it was fun.
Yeah, I would agree.
How were you able to push through when it did get hard?
It got really hard. And the end was the worst, I think.
But now you feel great, right? What's it like out there on the course with the spectators and everybody there to support you?
It's exciting. I think it was good to do it with friends because you had people to motivate you, but everyone around was motivating you too. Everyone was really nice.
Is there anything you want to say to people who came out here to support you today?
Thank you very much. We appreciate all the support, and good luck to all the other runners out there. So.
Great, ladies. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here at BCSN for the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are at the 2-hour and 21-minute mark. We are live here at the Glass City Marathon, the 40th Annual, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV. And just minutes ago, we saw somebody cross the finish line in full fire gear. Now, she wasn't in the right mood to be interviewed at this time, but I'm standing here next to her father.
Yes.
And what is her name, her full name?
Her name is Rachel Doran.
And your name?
Tim Doran.
And you have in your hand what she was carrying on her back here, in addition to the full fire gear that she was wearing. Can you tell me why she ran this race in full fire gear?
Well, she's run it before, but this was in honor of the fallen firefighters, Jamie and Steve, that passed away in a fire a couple years ago. So Rachel and several of her other firefighter associates decided to run it in a relay and a half marathon in full gear in their honor.
13 miles in full gear. It must have been tough. Do you know what she did to train for this?
Well, she's been running and working out quite a bit, and that's her norm. But she just was inspired to try it in full gear, and she got it done and beat her goal on top of that. So very proud of her. Very proud of her.
And in full gear, she finished before some of the ones that were not in full gear.
Right. That's correct. So surprised me. I think it's a beautiful thing, you know. I don't know that she'll do it again, but she enjoyed it. You saw what she looked like, but she'll recover. A couple of minutes, she'll recover it and probably be soaking down a beer or two. So I think she'll be fine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, now we also have here, gentlemen, come up here. Now tell us, you are wearing or holding the American flag. You guys just finished the half marathon. Tell me what this American flag is all about.
I mean, it's all about the soldiers. You know, what they do for our country, you know, their sacrifice. You know, we don't force them to do it. They do it on their own. You know, it's all about them.
And your name?
Andrew Szymanski.
Okay, Andrew, you guys all came together, running this race, carrying the flag for the soldiers. What group do you represent?
We represent Team Red, White, and Blue, Team Toledo, and it's
Columbus.
It's just about we're old line.
Oh, here we go. We have a football player here.
But Team Red, White, and Blue is veterans helping veterans and just keeping each other strong. Never quit.
How did the idea come about for you guys to run this marathon in honor of Team Red, White, and Blue?
We became members in Team Red, White, and Blue. And I said, hey, how about I bring my flag that I ran with before? They were like, okay. They supported me. We switched off and on and ran it hard.
What a great cause. Tell me what it was like out there. How'd you feel?
Oh, it was pretty tough. Trying to find everybody with the big start, all those people. I caught up from the rear. and passed it off, and then we all started coming together about the 4th, 5th mile, and then stayed together and ran hard with it.
How do you feel you did overall out there?
Oh, I feel great. I mean, the energy was good, and we got great support from other team members. So all in all, I feel great.
How about you? Big football star, right? How'd you do?
I can't feel anything. Like, my body's numb. Like, it hurts. First one overall.
And you ran carrying the flag the whole way?
Not the whole way, just part of the way. So
we switched off. We all took turns.
What is it like on the streets with all these people supporting you?
It's amazing. Like, everybody around you supporting you. I mean, even people off to the side. It's a great feeling. It makes you run faster. It's good. It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for your time here. Great cause. Thank you for being on BCSN, and congratulations on your race.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are live here on BCSN. We're live streaming BCSN.TV. We are live here on BCSN at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are also live streaming on BCSN.TV, and I'm standing here next to
Angela McCraney.
Angela, you just finished the half marathon.
I did.
Tell me how you feel at this moment.
I feel great. I feel liberated. It was an awesome experience. I did it last year. I enjoy this marathon. I wish more people could be out here. I know it's a lot, but even more because I feel so good. And my girls are here to support me, and my man's over there, my family, and yeah, they are right over there. And I just feel so great. Next year, I'm going to try and get my entire family out here, and also some church family members out here. It's just good for your health, you know. We're seeking longevity. I know that some people aren't here to experience this, but I'm here to do it, and I'm excited. So I'm running for everyone who I've lost in my past, who can't be here today. I'm running for all of them.
And so that's your motivation?
Yes.
Now, which was the hardest part of the race for you? What mile marker?
Probably the last 2 miles. I kept thinking about John Savage. You know, he's a runner. That's my man over there. And he kept telling me, you know, he was training me. He said, when you get tired, just start, you know, saying I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And that's what I kept doing. I started quoting scriptures while I was running, and it felt so good. And I wanted to stop at that last 2, and I just kept going. I saw a couple ladies beside me, and they were really nice, and they were like, let's just keep pushing ourselves, and that's what we did. So, and we finished. Good timing, very good timing.
What time did you finish in?
2:37. I did the same last year, and I thought that I would do it less this year, but it's okay. I'm very pleased with 2:37. I am.
You completed a 13-mile half marathon.
13.1, I did, and I'll do it next year again.
Awesome. Now, there are a ton of people lining the streets. Tell me what it's like there to run the streets with all those people coming out to support you and the racers running this race.
You know what? When people are cheering us on, it feels so good. I mean, there were little girls out trying to pass out candy and lemonade, and just on the side, just everybody was so supportive, and it felt so good. So it feels good to have people to cheer you on, you know? It's just wonderful. It's a beautiful day today. We're starting to get this nice weather out here, and I'm loving it.
Great. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV. And if you're at home, get on out here. It's a beautiful day. There are over 20,000. Hi, we are live from the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon here on BCSN, and we've seen all type of runners today. Runners by themselves, runners in couples, runners running for a cause, and now we have a family affair. A whole family came out to run today, the Glass City Marathon. Let's start by introducing yourselves.
I am Scott McKinney.
Heather McKinney. Mercedes Ramos.
Terry Prand.
Wendy Prand.
And now, how are we all related here?
I'm the daughter of these two.
This is my daughter.
Yeah.
This is my sister.
Yep, and this is my husband.
So he's your brother and your husband. So what made you guys decide to come out and run this Glass City Marathon?
Well, he's the one that got me into it. I was originally just flying in to visit family, and he was like, hey, we got this run, so, you know, just went ahead and did it with him.
How far in advance did you know?
About 6 months.
So it's 6 months of training, and then you all came out here to do this. What was it like out there? How do you feel like you did?
Excellent. It was my PR, personal best, so only second time I've run this for the half, and the last time was 30 years ago. So
there was a lot of training that went into it.
not as much as I would have liked. So.
What's it like running the streets and seeing all the people out there to support you?
Oh, it's great. Great support. Everybody was very friendly and cheering us on. It was great.
Was there ever a point during the race that you thought, this is too hard, I can't do it, I can't finish?
No, I was retiring after this, so I knew I was pushing myself, so I wasn't quitting. So.
What kept you motivated to keep going?
This is my first one, so just finishing is what my motivation was.
I know you just told me something very interesting when we were talking over by the finish line. Tell everybody where you flew in from.
I'm from Okinawa, Japan. That's where I'm stationed. I'm in the United States Air Force. So love it there, love it here. Glad I get to do this with them.
Great. Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are live here on BCSN at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are live streaming on BCSN.TV. We'll have coverage. We are live here on BCSN at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, and I am standing next to a mother-daughter pair. And what are your names?
Kim Probst, Jessica.
And you guys just finished a half marathon.
Yep.
How do you feel that you did out there?
Oh, it was awesome. We hit our goal time, and it was rough, but we're done.
I just heard you mention that your calves are cramping up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But a year ago, I couldn't even run a mile, so.
And now you
my
just
trainer.
What have you guys been doing to train?
I mean, just running lots. So, like, just nonstop running, a few workouts. So.
She's been running at school. I've been running at home, and when we were together, we'd run together. So.
You're each other's motivation.
Yep. She's my everything, so it's great.
What was it like out there on the course with all the supporters that came out?
It was so much fun. High fives. It was great. It was fun. It was great.
Was there ever a point that you thought that this was getting a little tough, that you had to push through? And if so, what mile marker was that at?
My 10 was rough, but we dedicated a different mile to each person at the end.
Yeah, I was pretty good throughout.
She was running great. She stayed back with me.
All right, well, congratulations, and thank you so much.
Thanks.
We are live here on BCSN for the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We're also live streaming on BCSN.TV. And about 20 minutes ago, we spoke with the father of a young lady who ran the race in full fire gear, and we just so happened to find somebody who is still in full fire gear, ran the half marathon, just finished, and you actually don't even look like you broke a sweat.
I'm definitely sweating underneath it all. It's definitely, it kills in the end. Just rubbing and just all the weight adds up, definitely. Probably about a mile 8 or so.
And then what is your name and where are you from?
Matthew Riggle, and I'm from Sandusky, Ohio.
And tell me why you decided to run the race in this full fire gear.
We've been doing this for about 3 years now. It was originally started running in gear because two of the Toledo firemen that passed away on 126 in line of duty, one of them was from our department, Jamie Dickman, and he and a bunch of us kind of started running in fire gear and to raise awareness for firefighter fitness, and eventually just kind of took off from there. So once he passed away, we wanted to kind of do something big in order to keep it going.
And how many of you are there out here?
Today there's roughly, I say about 10 firemen. I know 3 of us are running in the gear right now. Brian Hackenberg, he's running the full right now. He'll be done in about another 2 hours or so.
Full marathon.
Yeah.
In full gear.
Full gear, full marathon. Yep, he's done countless of them. I do about 1 or 2 each year, but out in Sandusky, we do tons of 5Ks all over the place. There's probably about 20 of us that do it all together.
And so tell me how much all of this gear weighs that's on top of you.
That's about roughly 40, 50 pounds. So it's not so bad in the beginning, but definitely adds up towards the end.
And now I see on your back here, if you want to turn so people at home can see, we have a tank.
Yep.
Explain to us what that is.
Well, just our SCABA bottle. We try and like I said, try and raise awareness for firefighter fitness and try and keep it as push the limits as much as we can. So and this is how we do it.
And how does that feel when you run? Does it bounce? Does it hold you back?
It bounces, it moves, it's all over the place. It definitely rubs in the shoulders. I mean, I'll have probably a big X on my when I put this off today. So.
All right, well, thank you so much, and congratulations on the finish. All right, we are live here on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV. And look at who I found, a group from the Dave's Racing Team, who is our sponsor today. Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name is Stephen Hart. I work at Dave's Running Shop, and I'm also sponsored by Dave's for Racing.
Michelle Brooks, sponsored by Dave's for Racing.
Amy Spaeth, sponsored by Dave's for Racing.
Kevin Egan, Dave's.
All right, now I understand that all of you ran different distances, and you just finished the full marathon, correct?
Yeah, I finished the full marathon, and I was the first leg of this awesome Masters team's relay team.
Now let's talk about that full marathon just for a little bit. That's 26 miles, 26.2 miles. How do you train for something like that?
Well, you you follow a very rigorous plan. You give yourself 4 to 6 months to train and ramp up your mileage to the point where you can, feel like you can get to the starting line and take on the task of, the full 26.2, because in training you never actually do the 26.2. So it's always a big question mark the last 10K of the race.
So what keeps you motivated to keep pushing through?
During the race?
Yes.
Well, usually I have a goal time in mind, and so today, I was shooting for 3 hours or under, and I just try to stay on pace. And really, it's what it matters. It's just trying to stay on pace and run even splits the whole race. So, if I'm looking at my lap pace, I'm just focused on that, and then keeping my lap paces the same every mile. So.
And now you ran the 5K?
Yes, I ran the 5K and anchored the relay.
And how was it out there? How do you feel that you did?
Well, I kind of missed the start of the 5K, so I didn't do as well as I wanted to because I was weaving through to get up front, but it was good. It went well.
You're also a 5Ker?
No, I just ran the relay.
What's the atmosphere out there on the streets?
There is so much excitement and energy, and the crowds that were out there today cheering for everyone, and the music was playing, and the camaraderie of, rallying around the runners here at Glass City is fantastic.
Now,
exchange zones are great. The exchange zones for the relays where you have the most people, there's lots of crowds.
Yeah. And what motivated you to do this race? How did this idea come about?
I live a few blocks from here, so I love to be able to walk down, do a race. I'm a professor here at UT, so it's right here on campus. It's my favorite race to do. Beautiful day, the crowds are great. You get some good food afterwards, party tent, it's a great atmosphere.
Okay, great. Congratulations on the finish. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are live here on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are now at the 3 hour and 13-minute mark. But don't worry, we will be live broadcasting until 1 o'clock this afternoon. From 7 a.m. to 1 o'clock, you can catch all the... We are at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon live on BCSN and BCSN.TV live streaming. Now I'm here standing next to
Michael Blackstone from Oviedo, Florida.
We have him coming from all over the United States, and we were just talking a few minutes ago, and this was a very special race for you, the Glass City. Tell everybody at home why.
So my goal for the race, this is my 3rd marathon, and I was trying to qualify for Boston. The goal, I had to get 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I came in at a little under 3:07, so very excited about that. Hopefully I'll be able to qualify and run next April. So,
what's it like out there? How do you feel that you did? I know that you made your time mark and you qualified. How do you feel that you did physically?
Well, they had to take me to the medical tent because I was cramping right there at the end, very dehydrated, but once I saw the finish line, I knew I could do it. I kept going. I had my dad, my mom, my sister who ran the half cheering me on, and I crossed over and almost collapsed, but I made it. So it's a good feeling. Now I'm feeling great. It's all worth it. So
there you go. And how do you feel about your son right now?
Well, after I quit crying, after I saw him limping across the finish line, I feel awesome. He's an awesome runner, and I'm very proud of him.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are live here at the Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN. We're live streaming on BCSN.TV. And if you can't make it out, it's a beautiful day. We're about 3 hours and 21 minutes into it. If you can't make it out, keep your TVs turned to BCSN or your internet to BCSN.TV. We'll also have a full recap of all the action tonight at 10:30 on Sports Nightly. And right after the race, we'll have coverage till 1 o'clock. We are here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN2, and I'm standing next to a gentleman who just finished the half marathon. What is your name, first of all?
My name's Ali Sadie.
And you had a goal time to finish this race. What was that goal time?
My goal to finish under 3 hours.
And that happened?
Yes, it happens. I achieved my goals. I finished 2 hours and 57 minutes.
And now, is this the first time that you ran the Glass City Marathon?
First time for the city marathon, correct.
How about other marathons?
Yes, I did one in Chicago last year.
And what motivates you to do these marathons?
My motivation, just a challenge, to be healthy and to support the athletic community here in Toledo, Ohio.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your finish. Okay, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN. We are live on BCSN here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are also live streaming on BCSN.TV, and we're in for a treat here because I found a group of Toledoans.
Heck yeah! Just 5 punks running a relay.
As they like to describe themselves. Say it one more time.
We call ourselves the Hunk Storms.
Okay, you ran the relay, so for people who are watching who don't know what the specifics of the relay are, what is it?
Man, it's all about training. Do everything you can. We really focused on, especially at the beginning of the New Year, New Year's resolutions, because really go for it. Make a good game plan. We really divided up the legs based on, optimal performance. I ran the longest leg, 3.1 miles. Really gave it my heart and soul. Another thing, it's really great to give in Toledo. I left it out on the track, guys. You'll see it out there, heart and soul. And puke. a little of that.
Yeah, we don't want to see that too much. What is it like out there on the course with all the people supporting you?
Nice, just nice. Great sportsmanship. The other team's not as good as us, but, they're out there. Really community support. It feels really good. Every corner you turn, someone's cheering. Yeah. Some people are even smart enough to read your name off your bib and cheer for you that way. So that's good, Makes you feel good, makes you feel at home. Feels like Toledo to me. Yeah.
Now, time-wise, how do you feel that you did completing the race?
3:30. Yeah. Personally, we crushed it. We exceeded all of our, capabilities, I think,
Let's just say there's a number of people that single-handedly beat our 5-man relay team, but we're not worried about that.
Yeah. Those aren't the people we're worried about.
No.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations, guys, on your finish. Thank you for doing an interview here live on BCSN.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, Jump Sunglasses. Jump Sunglasses and liveandbilly.com. Please visit there.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys so much. All right, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, and as you can see, some not so serious, just having a lot more fun than others. BCSN at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, and we have interviewed all groups today. We've seen mother-daughter groups, we've seen friend groups, we've seen military, firefighters, and now we are with a group of women who are the rink moms. All your kids play hockey here in the Toledo area?
Yes, that's correct.
Now let's go through and introduce you one by one.
Amber. Fielding. Stephanie Smith. Christine Bean. Melissa Lalone.
Kelly Palcisco.
Okay, now tell me how this idea came about to run the Glass City Marathon today.
Kelly is an avid runner. We all see her run all the time, and a few months ago she asked if we wanted to get a relay together, and we did. I think it was a great idea.
So did Kelly run the longest length of the relay?
I did, actually. I ran the first leg, yeah.
How was it out there? How do you guys feel that you did as a team?
It was great. We had a wonderful time, and it was a lot of fun. Great way to do a marathon.
Now, there's over 20,000 people out supporting this, spectating. What was it like running down those streets with all the people lined up on the streets?
It was nice to have that support, even if you don't know the people or they don't know you. Just to see all that stuff was really awesome.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies. Congratulations on your finish today.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here on BCSN for the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are 4 hours and 7 minutes in. Keep it tuned in right here until 1 o'clock this afternoon for live coverage of the Glass Marathon. Until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And on standing next to me is actually 2 relay teams, correct?
Yes, we have 2 teams from Black Swamp CrossFit in Sylvania, Ohio. So we had 2 teams, each run the relay.
Tell me about the relay a little bit.
The relay was 5 legs, total of 26 miles, and then each team member took a leg, and they ran between 6 and 3 miles.
And how did you decide which team member took which leg?
The fast people, or the people that signed up quickly took the 3 miles, and then I think we knew we had better runners and slower runners, and so that's how we determined, 6 miles, 5 miles, right? Yeah, I have to say, I did 3, but you know what? I'm glad I did it.
Absolutely. Now, did you all train as a group together for this marathon?
Yeah, we're CrossFitters, and so we do a lot of strength and conditioning training on a daily basis. So running is not necessarily our thing all the time. So we tried to do it together, but people on their own just had to try to run longer distances.
And now what made you decide to run the Glass City Marathon?
Well, we're missing one of our leaders.
Yes, our leader kind of just put it out there and said, who wants to run? And it was just kind of first come, first served basis of who said they wanted to run and sign up. So we actually started out with 3 teams, and then it kind of progressed down to just 2. So, yeah.
We have an individual who's a member of the gym who is a marathon runner. And a couple people that have done that. And she even qualified for Boston. So she knew how to keep on everybody's butt, and be like, you're going to be okay. She knew the lay of the land. I wish she was here.
How do you feel you guys did out there?
We're excited, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a medal.
That's what counts. You have the medal. Well, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here at the Glass City Marathon on BCSN. We're live streaming on BCSN.TV. We are live at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon here on BCSN. We also streaming live on BCSN.TV. As you can see, people are very excited around here. This is a pretty special race, historical race, and I'm standing here next to
Justin Braun.
Justin, tell me, you just finished your full marathon. Is this the first one that you've done?
It's my second.
Second? Was the first one a Glass City Marathon as well?
No, it's down in Columbus.
Now, why did you decide to do this marathon?
So I don't gain any weight during college.
Very admirable. How did it feel out there? How do you think that you did?
It was a rough run. Today was pretty rough. Cramped up around mile 19, and it got pretty rough from there on out. So.
How did you push through that?
Knowing that there was food on the other side of the finish line. So.
Yeah, I noticed you have headphones here. Listening to music, does that help you out a little bit?
A little bit. I try to listen to podcasts more often, just get my mind off the race and just zone out. So.
And now I noticed that you have a scripture here. Can you tell us what that's about?
Yeah. So this past summer, I spent the summer in Ocean City for 10 weeks with a Christian organization, and this was our motto all throughout the summer. It talks about just running with endurance, keeping my eyes on the prize, and for me, my faith is all about Jesus Christ, and so I like to compare running to my faith, and it's just another motivation to keep on going. So.
Oh, how are you feeling about your son right about now?
Very proud.
I'm very proud. I'm glad he survived.
Yeah, we do. All right, thank you so much, and congratulations on the finish.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon on BCSN. We're also live streaming on BCSN.TV. We've been here since 7 o'clock this morning to bring you full and complete coverage. We'll be here till 1 o'clock this afternoon, which is when the race ends. Annual Glass City Marathon here on BCSN. We're live streaming on BCSN.TV. Now, we've seen groups from everywhere, from Canada, from Florida, from Indiana, and now we have a group that came to us from Michigan, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell us about this group.
This group is from Detroit. We're come out of the store called Run Detroit. We have a team called Flight Club, and we run every Saturday. You can run 3 miles, 6 miles, or 10 miles, but a lot of us are down here running either the full marathon, half marathon, or the 5K today.
And now you just ran the full marathon.
Yes.
And it was your birthday a couple of days ago.
Yes, this is my birthday weekend. Friday was my birthday.
How'd you do out there? How'd you feel you did?
I felt real good today. I ran my best marathon. I ran a 4 hours and 19 minutes and 43 seconds today.
That's amazing. What kind of kicks do you guys have on down here? I see they're all brightly colored. And how did you choose them?
Well, at Run Detroit, they help with that decision. So they're really good at fitting people in the right shoes, making sure that whatever they need for running, the right support, the right kind of shoe, everything. Yeah. So we all got fit in, and we leave it to the experts. Yes.
Because everybody has different types of feet and requires different types of support. Some people like run and their feet kind of turn out, or they turn in, supinate, pronate. Some people need more support, less support. Some people like style, certain colors. So it all depends. But Run Detroit out of Detroit, Michigan, located in Midtown, has been around, I want to say, for almost 4 years. Going on maybe 4 years.
And now all of you guys ran different lengths. You ran the half, and you actually ran too.
Yeah.
How long did you do?
Wait, how many minutes?
How many miles, or how many? Okay.
3.
Ran 3 miles. How did it feel out there?
Good.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the Glass City Marathon, and congratulations on your finish.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we are live here on BCSN for the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We're also live streaming on BCSN.TV. Keep it here for all the action. We have been here since 7 a.m. and we will continue coverage until 1 o'clock this afternoon. We are live at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon here on BCSN. We're live streaming on BCSN.TV. Now, we've had groups of all shapes, sizes, single runners, couple runners, family runners, and now we have a group of runners from Toledo called the Toledo Road Runners, correct?
We're not sponsored by them, but they help with the race. We're just a group of friends that wanted to run the relay team, so we signed up to do Glass City.
And what motivated you to make that decision to come out here and run this? Okay, come on over here, talk about it. This was your idea.
Yes.
So tell me how it came about and how you were able to rope all your friends into it.
This is my friend Bree and Sarah. I do their hair. Lisa, I do her hair as well. And we have Charlotte, and they work together, and running a marathon was on my bucket list, and I knew that's the only way I was going to do it.
Now, each leg of the relay, which you ladies did today, has a different length. How did you choose who did which length?
I'm not a seasoned runner, so I took the shortest. I got forced into the last one. I took it. She didn't want the last leg, and her and I said, we'll do the 6.
There you go.
Yep.
You know, they said over 20,000 people out here today. I'm sure you saw them lining the streets as you were running. What was that like for you, passing by all the people that came out to support you?
Oh, it was fun. I actually seen a few people that I knew, and I yelled hi to them. They yelled hi to me. It's really encouraging to see people standing there encouraging you to run.
Now, how do you feel that you did overall as a team in the race?
I think we did better than we expected. I think we all did really, really good.
We did good. We finished. We did good. And we all smiles. We're running. Yeah.
That's the main point, right? The finish? All right. Well, congratulations, ladies, and thank you so much. We are live here on BCSN at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are now live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon right on BCSN. We're live streaming on BCSN.TV. We're about 4 hours hours and 45 minutes into the race, and some of the people that are at the race that aren't getting any attention at all are the volunteers. And now I'm standing here next to
Diane Dunbar.
Diane Dunbar, and you have been volunteering since 7 a.m. this morning and probably pre-race as well, correct?
Yes, I got here about 6 this morning, so yeah.
And tell me what it is that you are doing.
I'm handing out medals at the finish line, which is awesome. It's been really a great experience to see people cross the finish line and through all the different races, the 5K to the half marathon and the full marathon.
And how did you get recruited into volunteering for the Glass City Marathon?
I normally run the Glass City Marathon, and I wasn't running this year, so I just wanted to participate in some way.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon on BCSN. We're about 4 hours, 47 minutes into the race. As you can see, racers are starting to thin out a little bit as they cross that finish line. We're no longer seeing them in droves. Most of the racers we are seeing are full marathoners now. The 5K are long gone. The half marathoners are pretty much all the way gone. We are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon on BCSN. We are live streaming on BCSN.TV, and now I found 2 large groups of relay teams, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And what is this group? You guys all came together. You're all a big group.
We are comprised of 2 racing teams today. We are Team Purdy Fast.
And Team G3'd up from the feet up. Don't judge the name.
And we are comprised of the Toledo, Sherwin-Williams district.
Okay, now where did we come up with these names? Pretty fast.
They're part of our sales.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we wanted to keep it related to Sherwin-Williams, so G3 is a sales initiative. Purdy is one of the lines that we sell, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys went out there, did your relay. How do you think you did?
I think we did awesome.
Yeah, we rocked it, for sure.
What was the experience like for you running on the streets of Toledo with all those fans lining up?
Well, it hits you at a certain point, and then like every 10 feet, you start to get weaker and weaker once you start to hit that last mile, so it's definitely a mind game.
Every 10 feet, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was hurt. It was hurting. I think my knees, my feet, they're all numb. I don't know what that means. But
What leg did you run? What distance?
I ran the first leg, the 6.7 mile.
Oh, so that was the long one.
Yes.
And what shoes did you wear down here?
I got the Nike Air Maxes. I just bought them 2 days ago, so they're not really broken in yet. So that might have been an issue too.
That might have been your issue. Right. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on the finish.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon on BCSN, live streaming BCSN.TV. And if you are a Buckeye subscriber, we will have this on VOD, video on demand, for the next 30 days. But keep it here till 1 o'clock. We will continue our coverage of the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon. We are live here at the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon on BCSN. We're also live streaming on BCSN.TV. Now, earlier in the week, we brought you sound from Clint McCormick, who is the race director. He was doing work all week, setting up the expo, getting prepared for the race. So tell me, it's race day. Describe the day for me, how it went from start to almost finish now. We only have about 8 minutes left.
Yeah, everything is going really well. The weather's good. Course volunteers are very good on the course. A lot of happy faces coming across the finish line.
Now, what goes into something like this? I know we talked about the expo, which is a lot of preparation. What goes into making a race like this happen?
Lots of volunteers and good planning. You know, we turn this into a 12-month-a-year planning cycle, so, you know, we'll start decompressing in about 2 days, you know, what we did well, what we didn't do well, and continue to figure out how to make this operation run smooth.
How many volunteers do you think that you had out here today?
Just over 1,300.
Wow, that's quite a few.
Just a couple. We need more.
I mean, much more than that. And then the race overall?
Overall, we're over 8,000 runners this year, so another milestone year for us.
And anything that stood out to you in today's race, anything that you automatically see went well, or?
Yeah, I saw on the men's race, I was able to watch on the marathon as well as the half marathon. We had a pretty good race the whole way. You know, a lot of, I think there's about 4 or 5 guys in each group, you know, before we got to the finish line, and we were just sprint to the finish here for the half.
And now the racers get all the attention, which they should. They're running these marathons, these relays. How about you? How do you feel about your performance and your volunteers' performances today?
Oh, it's fun. You know, people come up to me, and I'm not sure who they are half the time, but they appreciate the hard work we put in there, and we're allowed to, it gives us an opportunity to contribute to their healthy lifestyle.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
All right, we are live here for the 40th Annual Glass City Marathon, live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV. We have about 7 minutes left of coverage for you. Welcome back to the 40th annual Glass City Marathon. We are live on BCSN, live streaming on BCSN.TV, and we are coming to the end of this race. We saw so many people from so many different places here today, people from Canada, Florida, Indiana, of course, people from right here in Ohio as well, and some of them running for fun, some of them running competitively, and some of them running for a cause. We saw people out here running for autism awareness. We saw firefighters running in full gear to honor those that were fallen in the line of duty. We saw all different types of people, all different types of causes, but the one thing that remained consistent throughout the entire day is the smiles on people's faces as they cross that finish line. Even if they collapsed over at the medical center needing some water or cramping up, they were still smiling, they were proud, and they were happy to have finished this race. So we here at BCSN, we're happy to be able to cover this race from start to finish, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and bring all the action to you live. Now, our coverage doesn't end here. You can also get this on video on demand for the next 30 days if you are a Buckeye subscriber. Plus, at 1:30, the Toledo Mud Hens are playing baseball. We'll have that live coverage for you. At 4 o'clock, the Walleye are playing in a must-win Game 6 in the Kelly Cup playoffs. We will be there for all the action. Eric Hobbard is actually in Pennsylvania to get up close and personal with the players and bring you back highlights from the game, which will all be aired tonight on Sports Night. Thanks for joining us today.
BCSN has provided